Welcome back.
Well, we're back on the farm with the shenanigans. So before we leave, there's just a few topics. I know I did mention that the children, the farm children, were far more responsible than what the town kids. Now, we didn't take that for granted. Because of my two sons helping with the pigs, they were given a piglet when the pigs were born, and that pig was marked. Used to mark the ears, and when that pig went to the bacon factory, they got the return. So the money was given to them, and they were able to buy with what they wanted. So they were compensated for helping. And another thing, talking about the schooling, they had a very, very good music teacher. She was amazing, and she organized a concert for the whole school, and this was put on the High Flats hall, which was a big hall. So it was quite a big affair, and my daughter and son were both in it. Um, my daughter went in as a spring in the Edelweiss. It was beautifully done with one of the girls who was very good with gymnastics. She was the spring, and the Edelweiss, the rest of them were dressed as the flowers, Edelweiss, and they danced around her. But one of the highlights was it's an old number that they don't sing it anymore. It was Christopher Robin's Prayer. And because my daughter had a good voice, even when she was at school, they asked her to sing it. Anyway, she decided she would do it. And when the night came, I went to check on her before they'd started, and all she said to me was, "Mommy, I'm scared." So I said, "Well, don't be scared. Just look over everybody's head." And the words were so sweet. Little boy kneels at the foot of the bed, droops on his little hands, little gold head. Hush, hush, whisper who dares. Christopher Robin is saying his prayers. And she had to kneel at the foot of a bed with her hands in prayer. And this was quite something for her. And then she was even given the part as a wax doll, and I had to make this stiff dress with a little umbrella that went with it. And one of the boys were dressed up as a gollywog. Very, very well done too. His outfit, he looked just like a gollywog, and she had he had to sing to her, Dolly, will you? No, she had to sing first to Golly, Golly, will you be my dolly? And it was that was really, really amusing. And of course, my son, he had to do the Volksspieler with one of the girls. And at that age, they don't like hooking arms and dancing. But the music teacher was very strict, and they had no option, but they just had to do it. And it was too funny to watch them. He did that, and I think he was a tin soldier as well. But this was, as I say, it was a farm school, and the production they put on was absolutely amazing. Such a variety that each child got a chance to do something. So that as I say, in the farming area, this is what happened. Everybody was one, and as I say, that concert was really amazing. And another thing that the children were so privileged with, because sometimes the sheep used to have, well, mostly have twins, and perhaps the mother couldn't feed the one. So the children were given a bottle and they had to feed the little baby lambs. It was so sweet, and the same with calves. I got a stage where the African boys who used to collect the milk cows came with a little baby buck. The mother had left it, and the reason was it was deformed. Its bottom jaw was like out. Anyway, I ended up by feeding this little buck. It used to sleep in my kitchen. And when I used to get up the first thing in the morning to make breakfast for the children when they were going to school, this little buck used to come and butt me for its bottle. I had to feed it with a bottle. And those are a few of the things that you don't get in town life. Things like this become such a memory, when you think back and you think, gee, did I really do that? Anyway, the time came when we farmed with my in laws. my husband shared with them. And the old man wanted to move. He said, let's move. We've got places down on the coast. Let's sell the farm and move down there. We very reluctantly didn't want to go. We had three farms. There was Glenton 1, Glenton 2. And while we were farming with the old man, we bought the next farm, which was Lloyd's. Between us, my husband and his dad bought the other farm. So we had three farms we were managing. It was a big. So what we said to the old man, well, let us keep one of them, and then you can go down and retire. But they didn't want to go without my husband was their baby son, and they didn't want to leave their baby son. So we agreed. We said, all right, we'd sell it, and they would give us the house that we in the coast. They gave us in lieu of our house we just built on the farm. So we sold the farm, lock, stock, and barrel, just as it was. Cattle, instruments, implements, everything just went on the sale of the farm, and we moved down to the coast. There we had houses adjoining each other, two houses. They had the one house and we had the house next to them. So we were able to take care of the old people as well. So that was the sale of the farm Glenton. I will carry on our little story. I mean, the escapades didn't stop there. Taking my eldest daughter was at a boarding school in Ikopo when we moved down, and we left her there. And of course, there was a lot of sadness and tears, and playing in the band. It was difficult for us to get her down every weekend. So we decided. We said to her, if you can pick up the subject that you're not